What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This here is Legitical Response. And, folks, election interference is a thing, and Democrats are doing anything and everything they can right now. As a matter of fact, leftist media is doing anything and everything they can right now to interfere in the election. As a matter of fact, the fallout from the Fox News interview with Kamala Harris has been insane. The copium has been insane. We saw a clip the other day. As a matter of fact, I might as well play that clip right now. Screw it.
It goes without saying that Donald Trump would not be given the same treatments, talked over, not allowed to finish those questions. It doesn't mean the topics weren't fair. There was a lot in there that viewers wanted to hear from Kamala Harris. Why do you have different positions now than you did in 2019? How are you going to fix the immigration crisis? All fair questions, but Donald Trump obviously would never be treated that way on Fox News.
It was supposed to give viewers an opportunity to actually hear her plans as president. Instead, as you saw, it almost immediately devolved into an embarrassing bad faith effort by a once respected host to play to an audience of one. The host's constant, rude interruptions were designed to distract from the issues and facts that Trump and his acolytes try and twist and distort every day. And on Fox News, they try and avoid. And they couldn't. When Kamala Harris realized the host was not going to let her speak, the only way the vice president could give Fox viewers an opportunity to hear what she had to say was to talk back over him. Was he making sure that happened? I personally think absolutely. Did she do well in this environment? Of course. She was great. She's a former prosecutor, attorney general, senator, current vice president. She's fine with a situation like that and even flourishes.
Did she crush it? Did she blow it? What was the outcome of the interview?
I think Trump refused to debate Kamala Harris again, so Harris did the next best thing. She booked a debate on Fox News, and that's what this was tonight. She essentially walked into a Trump campaign field office because anchor Bret Baier, who is a solid journalist, he is also incredibly sympathetic to Trump because that's what his fans want. That's what his viewers want. His viewers want him to represent the Trump point of view. So it was almost as if you had a Trump surrogate interviewing Kamala Harris.
Yeah, the copium here, folks, is on another level. Oh, it's just outright on another level. They're talking about, they went to a debate. You know why Bret Baier, the very mild-mannered journalist from Fox, one of the most milquetoast persons at Fox, right, was combative with Kamala Harris because she was saying nothing whatsoever. Circuitous garbage. That's all she was saying, right? Like, if she would have answered the freaking question, he asked for a number. She said, hang on, immigration. That's a topic that a lot of people want to discuss, and I'm glad you brought that up because we're going to discuss immigration, and then went on to say absolutely freaking nothing about immigration, and then started talking about Donald Trump. Well, hang on. Bret Baier doesn't want to hear about Donald Trump. Bret Baier wants to hear about what the hell you did while you was in office. He doesn't want to hear about turning the page on Trump's rhetoric, right? Who cares about that? We want to hear about what are you going to do as president. We don't care about what Trump has done. Right, talking about, Trump's running a fear campaign. Well, what in the hell have you been doing this whole time? You get out there and you start talking about joy, but then, hang on, if Trump gets elected, you're going to be locked back up in chains. You're not going to be able to make decisions for your own body. That's what these people do. That's what these people say. It's all a bunch of nonsense garbage that I can't believe they're actually trying to promote to leftists. Like, look, listen. I don't know what these people think they're doing, and leftists buy into this. So maybe I'm wrong, but I would be pissed off if, right-wing media, if Trump went on and did such a terrible job, didn't answer questions at all, which sometimes he doesn't, to be honest with you. But if he did what Kamala Harris didn't answer any questions, just spoke in circles, and they said, that's a big win for Donald Trump, I would be like, what? No, he failed, as a matter of fact. Like, even on the Trump debate, Nobody said that Donald Trump won that thing. Well, I take that back. Okay, some people on Twitter were like, yeah, Donald Trump. But he didn't win that debate between him and Kamala Harris. She didn't win either. They both lost because she goaded him into getting pissed off, which good for her. But, you know, she didn't give any substance whatsoever. So she didn't do any better. I just love these people. She did well in that environment, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I just love that clip. I really do, because it's just outright insanity. And, you know, we're talking about election interference today here, folks. So check this out. We got some interesting stuff. It's just the timing is very, very suspect, y'all. Check this out. House Dems accuse Trump of accepting unconstitutional payments through Trump Hotel. Now, hang on. Unconstitutional payments. Trump hasn't been in office since 2021. Since just at the very tippy-tip beginning of 2021. So it's been almost 4 years. Trump hasn't been in office. And you've been sitting on this ever since then? Yeah, they have. Check this out, y'all. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee on Friday released a report accusing Trump of accepting unconstitutional and ethically suspect payments while in office through the Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C. Trump no longer owns the hotel, which later became the Waldorf Astoria, and is situated in the historic post office. The Democrats' report claims Trump charged excessive rates to the Secret Service and that he accepted payments from clients working for state governments or who sought political favors from him, the Wall Street Journal reported. Now, I will say, Trump did do some suspect stuff while he was in office, like trying to hold, I forget what it was, at Mar-a-Lago. Like it was some dignitary thing, you know, you're supposed to do with foreign leaders and all this other stuff. You can't do that, dude. You can't do that. Not at Mar-a-Lago. And he was going to back charge the government for it. Nah, you can't do that, dude. You can't do that. He shouldn't have been doing stuff like this, but he was, because, hang on, he thought he was going to save money, but he was charging them still. So it's like, Now, to be fair, he wasn't in charge of none of his businesses at the time. He had to relinquish any sort of management priorities, any management duties. Sorry, took me a bit to get that out. But, you know, it's just the simple fact that it's still, tied to him. Once he came out of office, he was in charge again. So it's like, you know, what's going on with him? He still benefited from the situations eventually. But, you know, for Democrats to hold on to this for almost 4 years, it's just funny. Just hilarious, if you ask me. Not only did President Trump's hotel often charge the Secret Service far more than authorized federal government rates, the hotel also charged the agency far more than hundreds of other patrons, including members of a foreign royal family and a Chinese business interest, they wrote. Now, I will say, to be fair, that is not abnormal. That is not abnormal at all. Government gets charged more than regular people do. Government, yes, as a matter of fact, I know this to be correct, because we do work on an army base all the time. Fort Polk. They've changed the name to Fort Johnson for some reason, but I'm going to continue to call it Polk, because it's always been Fort Polk, and it's some woke garbage ideology that changed that name in the first place. So I'm still going to call it Polk just because. Now, I've seen some of the work orders and some of the itemized lists of what we're charging, and it's sometimes double. That's because there's reasons for this. Some of the work we have to do, we have to take extra steps. There's more safety involved. It's a lot more steps. So we charge more. But the government pays this stuff out. And I don't get that. That's why, I was really excited when I saw that Donald Trump was bringing in Elon Musk for a government accountability office, right? So he could go in and audit the government to see, efficiency, to clear up any inefficiencies here. And Musk is going to have his freaking hands busy with that. This was one of the greatest ideas I think I've ever heard of, because yes, the government, they pay exorbitant amounts for stuff that they really shouldn't. It's ridiculous, y'all. Outright ridiculous. And these construction companies, at least with construction, intentionally charge more, right? Like, they pay higher wages, right? Like, if we weren't in a union and my company paid me less than a certain amount, when we go work on an army base, they have to pay me a specific rate, which is crazy, right? So it's just odd. So once again, that's another reason the company would have to charge more, because they have to pay the employees more. I just so happen to be in a union and we get that rate anyway. So, blah, 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 blah. But some of this garbage with the government, it's just ridiculous what they charge. Just some of the stuff they do, it's very inefficient, and we need Elon Musk to come in, because look at what happened with Twitter, y'all. Just look at what happened with Twitter. He came in and fired pretty much 75-80% of the company, and it's still running just fine. Just no problems whatsoever. That's just nuts. And a lot of these social media platforms do this. They hire a whole bunch of employees because they're making money hand over fist. They're making billions and billions of dollars a year. And they can do it. They can hire people for idiotic positions, right? Just stuff that doesn't make any sense. The government does this too. The government has a lot of positions, right? Under Joe Biden, as a matter of fact, federal workers have expanded by, I believe it's like 35 to 40%. That's a lot of people, y'all. The 87,000 IRS agents. Now, we talked about this when that bill came out, the Inflation Reduction Act. As a matter of fact, we talked about that. They don't need 87,000 IRS agents. Yeah, they don't, but they do have. We looked into it. The leftist media said, oh, but that's just replacing retirees. No, they are. But there's only about 30,000 of those 87,000, right? 30,000 people slated to retire in the next 5 years. Why do you need 87,000 IRS agents? So they are expanding federal government a lot. Joe Biden has done that. A lot of the jobs that he touts constantly is federal jobs, as a matter of fact. So these people, they get outright insane, if you ask me. But let's keep going. A spokeswoman for the Oversight Committee, which Republicans control, called the report recycled garbage. Yeah, I would have to agree. Under the leadership of Rep. James Comer, the Oversight Committee pursued an impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden as part of a broader effort to investigate the Biden family and its alleged illicit dealings. Democrats similarly call those probes baseless. That's all to that story. Yeah, that's all it was. It was a little short and sweet story, and that's what this video is going to be. Kind of short and sweet. So if I could get you guys to do me a big, huge, large, giant favor. Yeah, I had to throw a bunch of those words in there. Smash that like button for me. Subscribe to this channel and share this video anywhere and everywhere you can. I would really, really appreciate it. YouTube likes to keep me in a box over here to where I can't get out of this box. They don't want me to expand and grow, and I need you guys to help me do that. And because I want to grow the channel, for God's sakes. I want to get out there because stories like this one's not all that important, but I mean, we covered stories like the Dominion voting machines that just came out, or testimony of a guy saying those voting machines were accessed through the internet from Serbia. That was nuts. That was outright nuts. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's enlightening as hell. Enlightening. It's just crazy stuff that's going on in this country, y'all. So I would suggest subscribe, stay informed, turn on your notifications, and you can stay up to date with all the news that's going on. But I think that's all I got for this one, y'all. Yeah, I know it's a little bit shorter than my normal videos, but hey, that's just how it is. So, y'all do me a big favor. Let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comments section. I would really appreciate it, and I'd love to hear from you guys. And y'all try to have a good day. Stay legitical. Peace.